us about Kasese. What is so nice about this place? Because we drove like for 7 hours, I think, to get here. Hey, and actually, before you give me the answer, we are privileged to have the mayor of Kasese live in the video. Yes, Mr. Kabyanga Godfrey. Thank you so much, Sebo, for joining us.
This Kasese is a tourist destination. It has 2 national parks, Queen Elizabeth and Rwenzori Mountain National Park. Kasese is the only place which has the tallest mountain in Africa, and which is not kept throughout the year.
Have you people been there?
Yeah.
You people, you are lying. You've mountain climbed?
Hiked. Another thing you should know is Kasese is endowed by minerals, both metallic and non-metallic. We have the largest copper belt in East and Central Africa. And at one time we had the biggest copper mining industry, Kilembe mines, I think where we are going right now. And then we have cobalt, we have non-metallic minerals like limestone. That's why you hear of the famous Hima cement. The second largest cement producing factory in Uganda.
Across the lines that the mayor was talking about, mineral development. Today we are going to start with mineral development in Kasese. Who benefits? We are going to focus on that really for the most part of the show. If you want to be a part of this discussion, go to Facebook, Minibuzz Uganda, like our page, but also leave your question or comment or suggestion. But also tweet us at Minibuzz Uganda. And I'll start with, you know, some of the probably when someone to give us a brief history about the mineral development in Kasese and the varieties that you have. Yes.
Yeah, Kasese back in the years was boasting of a vibrant copper mining industry.
Yes.
That was before some of us were born. It's now part of our history. But again, we also had some cobalt deposits, which were supposed to be a byproduct of copper. They were all dumped somewhere, redundant. But thanks to the investors who came and built a cobalt plant in Kamaiva. To date, they are still mining that cobalt. I understand the deposits are depleting, but we still have more deposits here in Kichanga, here in Kilembe. Then we have Hima cement in Kasese.
Right.
Then we also had the salt industry, which is long dead. And we hope someday it will be revived. It will resurrect.
What are some of the benefits that people have gotten from mining here?
Basically, I will focus on the past Kilembe mines, how people benefited. When you look at Kilembe mines, in fact, it tried, when we go back to the local people, it constructed houses. In fact, in Kilembe, electricity is free and water is free.
Right now?
Right now.
And obviously, when the mine was functioning, they constructed roads in the mountain. You know, Rwenzori is the only mountain where you can go by this minibus up to the top. Roads are there everywhere.
Right.
What we need now is maintenance.
Right.
Probably the problem is now maintenance, because the mine can no longer manage to maintain them. And then while the mine was operating, they set up schools. So in this valley, there are so many primary schools. The secondary schools have also come up, and those schools were the best performing because they were run by Europeans. They were run to standards which were higher than elsewhere in the country.
Right.
Okay, it seems like things were good those days.
Those days, yeah.
And isn't there anything that's good now and you benefiting
up to
still?
1982, when the mine ceased to produce copper. And probably one thing I would like to clarify, cobalt is not a byproduct of copper. No. The mineral is found in segments. The feasibility study right now shows 4 million tons are still underground.
For the benefit of people who What's cobalt? What does it do?
Because I think you know what copper does, but cobalt, what does it do?
Exactly.
Cobalt,
cobalt?
this was may not know. It's a metallic mineral. It's one of the hardest minerals. It is used in pharmaceuticals first of all. Even when they are processing it here, they produce it as liquid. So it is used in pharmaceuticals. It's used in making plane engines because it is one of the hardest metals we have. Yes, plane engines, and it's used in so many ways, but mainly pharmaceuticals and those engines and so many other things.
The mayor and a gentleman gave us a very good description of how it was in the past. And I can't imagine the people who worked in the mines then.
Where electricity and water was free and houses.
That was good. But what is the mineral industry now benefit the local people? I think I want the focus to go down to the person at the bottom, local people.
You're right. The discovery of minerals in Kasese, first of all, exposed Kasese particularly to the rest of the world.
Yes. How many people does the mineral industry employ here, approximately?
Right now.
Right now, they are HIMA must be employing about close to 800 people, and Kilembe Mines is employing around 250. But when
that's a very small number.
But when the mine was functioning, they were employing over 3,000.
I want to ask a question. You have been, the mayor has been talking about things that the other companies did, a long time ago. There's about 4 companies right now doing this work. Now, what have they done?
Now there has been available good markets, by the way, to our local farmers, because whenever they bring their commodities to our markets, for example, in the mountains of Kilembe, when a local farmer comes from Kilembe up to Kilembe Hospital around here, then you find that at least the rates of the commodities she has will have to increase than the common rates he was meeting.
Recently, HIMA donated huge sums of money to the Obusenga Warenzuru for the construction of the perimeter.
Right.
Recently,
100 million.
100 million shillings.
Right.
Yes.
Recently, HIMA itself, it initiated a project of planting coffee. It was given to farmers.
And trees.
Right?
And
It has rehabilitated so many health centers in the district.
Right.
Right? But maybe when it comes to individual basis, they may they may not have really given such thing to people.
I think
but when it comes to the general public,
HIMA has invested in 2 billion shillings. It is buying coffee seedlings to the farmers.
And there are farmers that are benefiting.
You see, we are now getting information that is a bit again taking us off train. See, when you quote an individual,
But
and when we are focusing at mineral development, and then quote Saidi as a person that I donated something, then we are a bit off train.
But let's focus on
Focus.
but we are looking. He's giving us very good figures. Let us first
2
get
billion.
Well, if you're just joining us at home, I want to bring you into the debate too, because you seem to be in the bus alone and we are not taking care. Go to Facebook, Minibuzz Uganda, like our page. Your comment or suggestion or your question, tweet us at Minibuzz Uganda. I'll be getting your questions as they come in. Send us a text 6565. But I'd like us to look at something, a chat we had with Winnie Kiza, who is the woman member of Parliament, Kasese District. And let her tell us something about Kasese District. When we come back, I'd like to wrap this discussion with what can we do as local people? And I think I'll first leave the mayor out of this because he's a politician. You, the local people, what are you going to do to suggest ways to boost, and what you want the mineral industry to benefit Kasese? Check this out.
Kasese District harbors Queen Elizabeth National Park, it harbors Rwenzori National Park, it harbors the beautiful Rift Valley, the western one. And Kasese district is really rich with minerals. And I can imagine that Uganda got its name Pearl of Africa from the beauty that you find in Kasese, with beautiful people, beautiful scenery, flora and fauna. When you look at gentle mountains, you look at the nice waters, we are just a gifted district. What brought Kasese to the limelight was mainly the copper in Kilembe, which was started and opened by the Canadians in the 1980s. And then Kasese brought many people from so many areas of this country. The Bazungus, that's where the best canteens would be found. And Barclays Bank opened in Kilembe, by the way. The first bank in the district was opened in Kilembe. Now we come down to Hima Cement, which is almost now the best cement in the whole country, and we are supplying the entire region, all the way from the mountains of the moon in Kasese. When you look for salt, just go to Lake Katwe. You will find enough of it. We only need a few things to purify it and make it better. When you you need a place to relax, just come to Queen Elizabeth National Park. You will see a variety of animals. Then you will see our gentle waters. And I think you will never regret your visit. From the mining sector, I can say we have benefited a lot. If I can give an example of the royalties that we are getting from, for example, the cobalt mining, we built bridges, we constructed roads, we constructed schools. Hima Cement is one of our biggest supporters in malaria control, in HIV control, and they are also going ahead to ensure that some schools are constructed. So if you look at our early learners in Kasese district, either some of their parents were working with the mines, or possibly they are children of teachers. But we can say education became a reality because of our minerals.
Well, you had something to say before you were banned.
Yeah, I had just heard from the mayor what I had said. I was trying to supplement on his argument that Hima Cement has done a lot because it has made donations. It has even sponsored the best performing schools after primary 7 to sponsor them up to senior 6 students. Not only that, it has also initiated some social behaviors like HIV control and prevention. It has also been able to interact with the local communities up to the mountains, telling them how capable and how important they are as much as their life is concerned. Therefore, Hima Cement should not be neglected. But only what is missing...
Way forward.
Yeah, way forward. What is only missing is the interaction of our local leaders to tell them what they're supposed to do or what they may do as far as local royalties are concerned.
There is no way people are going to appreciate a particular industry when they are not benefiting as individuals or households. So if the leaders can come up into a negotiation with those directors of the industries, especially in the mining sector, and tell them, please, can you give us at least 5 slots of employment to our local leaders so that they can be able to appreciate these minerals, because we are the shareholders, we are the custodians of these minerals, and we need to appreciate their existence because government on its part is earning revenue from it.
Mayor, I want to close with you. 30 seconds, please. How are you going to encourage, this company?
For instance, one clarification.
What plans do you have as a
royalties is paid to local government, and we are the people who budget for it. It's not the industrialists who do what? Who budget for it. So for them, they give us the money and we budget for it. And therefore, if it is messed up, it is our own problem.
Yes.
2, government has a way to operate. We have budget conferences every year, and we invite all these partners, private partners, and we tell them our funded and non-funded priorities. So I want to clarify that local leaders have already given Hima, have given Kilembe, have been given Kasese Cobalt our funded and unfunded priorities. That's why you meet Hima says, let me construct toilets.
Because that's your priority.
They are what?
That's what you've given them.
That's what we've given them. them.
Good.
That's why we say we want to plant trees, but we don't have funds to plant trees. Then HIMA comes in to do what? To plant trees. We didn't have an ambulance for instance here in the district. KCCL had a what? An ambulance. We said we don't have an ambulance, and KCCL said let me buy an ambulance for our staff and can also be used for what?
The community.
For the community.
Awesome.
We didn't have fire extinguishers, and KCCL and HIMA had to come in, first of all to safeguard their property and also to assist the communities. So what the people see is what we have given.